This is the part I like. And he put his mouth on his mouth, and his eyes on his eyes, and his hands on his hands, and stretched him out. And the child flesh did become more. Now you gotta say it again. Say, don't let your promise die. Somebody ain't gonna get it till they get home. Don't let your promise die. My brothers and my sisters, I'm not gonna preach long. I have my phone. Jeremy don't go nowhere. We're gonna have time. We're gonna dance and get out of here. Don't let your promise die. Sometimes, my brothers and my sisters, we go through life and God giving us dreams and possibilities and hopes and aspirations, Paul, and we allow the circumstances of our lives to dictate to us what God has in store for us. And sometimes, my brothers and my sisters, we allow the way things look to deter us from the greater purpose that God has called us to. You must understand that trials and tribulation comes, my friend, they don't come to destroy you, but they come to make you stronger. And trials don't come to wipe you out, but when you have trials, you ought to have some determination and some tenacity to know that no matter what comes, I'm going to believe God to do the impossible. James Cleveland wrote a song years ago. Jeremy said, where is your faith?
All right.
Sometimes, church, we don't practice faith, but the Bible says that now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And you wonder why you go through your life and there's trials and tribulations and you don't know how to beat adversity because you don't practice faith. But the Bible says without faith it is impossible to please God. And some of us have been living life because we have not exercised faith. We don't believe God to do the impossible. We allow our now circumstances to dictate what God has for us in the future. But I stopped by to tell you today that says get your faith up. Or when you get your money up, you ought to get your faith up. You don't believe God that can fix anything and can do anything but fail. Look at somebody and say, I tried him, and I know that he's able to be a bridge over troubled water. Don't help me now, let me build my case. So you must understand here, the Bible says that this woman and Elisha were friends. First of all, the woman had a relationship with the prophet. And some of us now, we don't even have a relationship with the man or the woman of God because we're too busy doing our own thing and we think Paul is all about us and we have not put time enough to make relationship. But the Bible says that this woman had a relationship with the prophet and the prophet promised her a son. God has promised you some things, and when he has promised you some things, it has to come to pass. Oh, God has promised us some things. He's promised us a cattle on 1,000 hills. He promises houses and land. But we have to understand to believe God is able to do anything but fail. I feel good tonight because I